Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so things around here are changing. I wouldn't say for the best, but I'm not going to say they're going to be for the worst either. As I continue the battles of all the legality crap I'm dealing with right now with my roommate up and walking out on me, I've decided that I need to kind of convert this into more of a man cave. And so I got to thinking, well, the studio is underutilized right now because of the fact that I don't have any business right now for the digitizing. So I got to thinking, well, okay, I can work within the system. I'm going to turn the studio into my work area and also a gaming room so we can play classic video games and things like that. So I thought, well, okay, I'm not going to give up on the digitizing, so what I ended up doing is I brought this shelf out here, and I got a laptop here with a VCR, and a laptop here, and I'm going to get these all set up, and I'll get them wired in, and then these will be where I can do transferring and stuff. And let's put it this way, if the business starts to take off, maybe I can reevaluate and maybe go back into the studio and we can maybe work some things out so that I can actually have my studio plus a gaming area as well. So anyway, this is a quick little update where things are at. And then what I'm going to also do, I got a big fan going. It's hot right now, and it's late at night too. So I got this shelving unit here. I think I can do something with this. I'll probably put my film scanner on here. That does 8mm, and then probably put one TV. Actually, I'll put the film scanner here, put a TV and a DVD recorder and a VCR up here, so I can do some transferring. If people want stuff transferred to DVD, I can do that. I can have a little setup going with that. Now, obviously, it's sitting here in the hallway, but I think if I do this, walk on down here, I think I'm going to find a home for that television there. Probably put this in my bedroom closet for the time being. It's a big beast of a TV set. It's really got a nice picture on it, though. It's Philips. This was a cleanup we find many years ago. Was it? No. It was only about actually last year. A friend of mine found this on the side of the road and brought it to me. And he knows I have a big love for CRT television sets. So anyway, I'm going to probably put that shelf kind of in this area here. And then I'm going to have to move this picture out of the way. This was a picture that my sister painted way back in the day when she was doing a lot of artwork. She doesn't do that much anymore now. She actually works for her local newspaper and does all the online programming and things like that. So anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to have down here yet, but trying to think. I don't want to put the film scanner down here because this thing is a wire rack, and I just think it'll make for some problems. So I could even move the phonograph maybe out of here too, and I can, have that shelving. Move this down here. But I don't know where the hell I would put the phonograph though. Trying to figure out what the hell I want to do here, but anyway. So I'll still have my digitizing business. I'll be able to have stuff still set up, like I said. And then when it starts to take off, then I can reevaluate and things like that. I really don't want to use my kitchen because I do a lot of food frying in there. And I'll tell you, grease gets onto everything, and yeah, that's a problem. So I got this Emerson. I got to figure out what to do with that eventually. That shelf can just hold videotapes and stuff, and I got my selector radios and that, so nothing I can do with that. It's too small, so I can't really do anything with that. But yeah, let's get into the kitchen here. Turn on the light real quick. So this is my Insignia 24-inch TV. I picked this up. Story behind this is I went on, what was it? What the hell? DoorDash. Yeah, this is a little funny story. I was on DoorDash, and I happened to have been looking at TVs from Best Buy because Best Buy's on DoorDash, and this was on sale for like, I think it was like $49.99. I'm like, hell yeah! I think these originally retail for about $69.99. Yeah, I remember when these TVs came out. I think something like this, I think, was like $200 to $300 for a small TV like this. Now you can get them for like $50 and $60. But anyway, I bought it, and I was going to use it at the new apartment. Well, then obviously I didn't. We didn't move this year. Good thing we didn't, because obviously with all the crap I've been having to deal with, I could have been in a more expensive place, and lots of bad things could have happened. But anyway, I got this put up here in my kitchen, and I don't know if you can see, but you can see all the marks and stuff. The screen's already pretty dirty because of frying stuff up, and not too bad yet, but it is a very thin film of grease on it. So, you know, that's why even here, this is where I've done some repairs and stuff. This is no longer going to be a repair center. It's going to be that's going to be moved into the studio. So, yeah, let's take a look at the messy studio at the moment. I know it's a mess again because we are converting things around here from the studio into the gaming room. And let me step over everything here. So we got a computer desk over here with an old vintage Windows XP computer. Now look at that poor keyboard. You can tell that needs some RetroBrite. You can look up what RetroBrite means. And then this used to be where my station was, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some TVs on here, and then we can put some game consoles on here. I already got the Nintendo. That's my friend's Nintendo. We got that all set up in here. We got to get another controller, another gaming computer set up, another setup over here, and that console that's upside down right now, that's Super Nintendo. And the reason why it's upside down right now is because one of the feet has turned into ink, and it's like, so it gets all over everything. You know, it's basically very, very, what do I want to call it? Very gooey kind of a situation. So anyway, and then this will also probably become another, you know what, I could even turn this into another workstation too. You know, this workbench until I decide what I'm going to do with it. So I'm thinking about getting this all cleared off, and then maybe I'll convert this into maybe into another workstation as well for the time being and stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of potential around here at this business right now, if it ever takes off. But the way things are going right now, I'm not so sure. I'm very concerned, but I'm still hoping for those of you who have followed me on the previous channel, or the previous one, it was Lifetime Members Digitizing. If you guys remember, I ride the city bus because I can't afford a vehicle. Well, my bus driver had about 50 tapes he wanted transferred. So maybe once we get this back up and going again, maybe things will get better, and I'll be able to, put more focus on the business again. That's kind of what I'm hoping. So, but in the meantime, I'm gonna just work with what I have. I'll continue getting this all set up. Let's see. I'm not sure. Well, can't really put much down on here because of the spacing there. And yeah, this was really a cheap shelf. I think this is about a $30 shelf on Amazon, and it bends really easily. It's not as good as it should be, but it gets the job done. Kind of wiggly. But if you leave it alone, you don't do this, then it's fine. And so anyway, then I got this one, of course, running Windows 10. This one running Windows 11. And good news is Microsoft decided to support Windows 10 for an additional year. However, I still have a feeling, unless Microsoft gets their crap together, people are still not going to switch to Windows 11. In fact, I am very reluctant to switch over to Windows 11 on all my computers, or even get new computers with Windows 11, because I'm sick and tired of all the crap that comes with Windows 11, the fact that they're making us retire these old computers. I mean, come on, Microsoft, get it together. You know, these computers work perfectly fine. And, you know, this planned obsolescence has got to stop. And but not much we can do about it, so we'll just have to kind of go along with it and see what happens. So, but in the meantime, like I said, I'm going to continue working on things, getting this all set up. And hopefully the next time I have a video, you'll see this all completed and kind of get everything all figured out and sorted out. And finding a spot for that television, because this is a beautiful television. I don't want to throw it away because there's nothing wrong with it other than I need to fix the power button, because that little plastic piece that extends out to push the power button in is broken. So that's a common problem on these sets. You know, for TV that was as cheap as these things were built pretty rugged, and everybody could afford these. I mean, these are the most affordable 27-inch television sets. And I think this was kind of at that era where Magnavox, the Philips Magnavox company, was trying to use up all their CRT stuff, because they knew that the CRT days were numbered. And so they just hurried up and just used what parts they had left over. And then they just made these kind of sets. And, you know, these were the budget-oriented sets, but they were by far the best. A good picture, the circuitry is amazing, and these things are loaded with ports on the back. I mean, they got everything. So, you know, it's got S-Video, you got your composite, component, standard coaxial, it's got plugs on the side, well, it's kind of more on the back, but still, it's on the side. I mean, this thing is just, it's a great TV for what it is. And, I've only had a few of these ever come into the shop to get repaired, and now I'm kind of getting a little sad, because I remember my ex-roommate had one of these way back in the day, and she brought that into me to have it be repaired because the picture was all shrunk. And then she never could use a DVD player on it because it always buzzed when that happened. Well, when I took the TV back over to her place, I rewired everything and made it work perfectly fine, and she was amazed. But, you know, now that those days are over with. But anyway, I got a lot of work ahead of me, folks. So, but we'll see how things go. I'll let you guys know when I know more on the legal status of this situation. And we'll kind of go from there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll have more coming up later.